DVLA New Digital ID Rules, how pensioners must update their licenses this month. If you are a pensioner in the UK and you still have your old paper driving license or your photocard license is about to expire, then this video is absolutely critical for you to watch right now. The DVLA has introduced new digital ID rules that are affecting millions of older drivers across the country this month. And if you do not act in time, you could face serious problems, including fines, invalid insurance, and even being stopped from driving legally. So stay with me because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what has changed, what you need to do, and how to protect yourself from any penalties. The DVLA has been quietly rolling out a new framework around digital identification and license verification over the past year, and now that framework is fully coming into effect. For most younger drivers, this transition has been relatively painless because they already interact with digital systems regularly. But for pensioners, particularly those who are aged 70 and above, the changes are more significant, more urgent, and in some cases, more confusing. The government has made it clear that all drivers must now ensure their license details are fully up to date within the DVLA digital system, and that includes having a valid photocard license linked to your current national insurance number, address, and personal details. Paper licenses, which were issued before 1998, are no longer considered sufficient for digital verification purposes. Now let us talk about what exactly has changed. The DVLA has moved toward a centralized digital identity verification system that connects your driving license to several other government databases. This means your license is no longer just a standalone piece of plastic or paper. It is now a digital identity document that must match your records at the Department for Work and Pensions, your GP registration, and in some cases, your passport records. If there is any discrepancy between these records, your license could be flagged and you could be required to reapply or update your details before you are permitted to continue driving. For pensioners specifically, there are several reasons why this is particularly important right now. First, if you turned 70 at any point in the last 3 years and you have not renewed your license since then, your license may already be expired under the new digital rules, even if the card in your wallet still shows a valid date. The DVLA requires all drivers over 70 to renew their license every 3 years, and this renewal process now includes a digital verification step that was not previously required. Second, if you changed your address, your name, or any personal information after your last renewal and did not update the DVLA, this could create a mismatch in their digital records that you will now need to resolve. Third, if you are still holding a paper license from before 1998, you absolutely must replace it with a photocard license immediately. The process of updating your license under the new digital rules is something that many pensioners are finding daunting, and that is completely understandable. The DVLA has tried to make the process accessible, but it does involve some steps that can feel unfamiliar if you are not used to dealing with online systems. Let me walk you through what you need to do. The first thing you should do is check whether your current license is valid and up to date. You can do this by visiting the DVLA website and using the Check Your Driving License Information service. You will need your driving license number, your national insurance number, and your postcode to access this service. Once you log in, you will be able to see what information the DVLA holds about you, including your entitlements, any endorsements, and whether your license is currently active or has lapsed. If your license is showing as expired, or if your personal details are incorrect, you will need to complete a renewal or update. For those aged 70 and over, the renewal form is the D46P, which can be downloaded from the DVLA website or requested by calling the DVLA directly. The phone number for the DVLA is 030079068001, and their lines are open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you prefer not to deal with this online, you can complete the paper form and post it in, and the DVLA will process your renewal by post. However, under the new digital ID rules, even if you choose to renew by post, there is a new step that many pensioners are not aware of. You will now be asked to confirm your identity digitally as part of the process. This does not necessarily mean you have to do everything online yourself. It means the DVLA will cross-check your identity against other government records automatically. But if those records do not match, they will contact you and ask you to provide additional documentation. This might include a copy of your passport, a recent utility bill, or a letter from your GP. It is important that you respond promptly to any such request because delays can result in your license being suspended while the verification is completed. For pensioners who do not have a passport or whose passport has expired, the DVLA does have alternative identity verification routes. You can use a combination of documents such as your birth certificate, your national insurance card, and a recent bank statement. The key is that the documents must confirm your full name, date of birth, and current address. Now, there is something else that many people in this age group are not being told, and it is something you really need to know. If you have a medical condition that affects your ability to drive, the DVLA now has automatic access to certain health records as part of the new digital framework. This means that if your GP has recorded a condition that may affect your driving and you have not informed the DVLA, you could receive a notification requiring a medical review before your license is renewed or continued. Conditions such as diabetes requiring insulin, certain heart conditions, epilepsy, and dementia-related diagnoses are among those that the DVLA is now being automatically flagged about in some cases. This is not about punishing pensioners, it is about road safety. But it does mean that you need to be proactive about declaring any relevant conditions and engaging with any DVLA medical review if you are asked to do so. If you receive a letter from the DVLA asking you to undergo a medical review or to provide health information, do not ignore it. You have a legal obligation to respond. If you do not respond within the time frame given, the DVLA can revoke your license. If your license is revoked and you continue to drive, you could be committing a criminal offense and your insurance will be invalid. This is incredibly serious, and it is not something that pensioners should take lightly. On the subject of insurance, it is worth mentioning that the new digital ID system also has implications for your car insurance. Many insurers now run automatic checks against the DVLA database when you take out or renew a policy. If your license details do not match what you have declared on your insurance application, your insurer could void your policy. This means that even if you have been driving perfectly safely and paying your premiums on time, if there is a discrepancy in the DVLA system and your insurer finds it, you could find yourself without valid insurance. Given how serious this is, it is absolutely worth taking an hour or two this week to check your DVLA records and make sure everything is in order. Let us also talk about the free help that is available to pensioners who need assistance navigating these changes. Age UK has set up dedicated helpline support for older drivers dealing with the DVLA digital update process. Citizens Advice can also help you understand your rights and assist you in completing the necessary forms. Many local libraries have digital champions who can sit with you and help you access the DVLA website if you are not comfortable doing it alone. And if you have family members who are more comfortable with technology, this is definitely a situation where asking for their help is not just acceptable, but genuinely wise. There is also a very important point to make about the timeline here. The DVLA has set this month as the key period for compliance, and while they have indicated that they will not immediately penalize every pensioner who has not yet updated their license, they have also made clear that enforcement will increase significantly from this point forward. Police are being given updated guidance on how to check license validity using the new digital system, and roadside checks are expected to become more thorough. If you are stopped and your license shows as invalid in the digital system, even if the card in your hand looks perfectly fine, you could be issued a fixed penalty notice or even have your vehicle seized. The government has also announced that there will be no automatic extensions or grace periods for those who simply did not know about the changes. The responsibility is on individual drivers to keep their licenses up to date, and the new rules do not create exceptions based on age alone. However, if you can demonstrate that you attempted to renew your license but experienced delays due to the DVLA processing times, this can be taken into account if you are stopped or face a fine. So what is the bottom line here for pensioners who are watching this video? The bottom line is simple. Act now. Do not wait. Check your license status online or by calling the DVLA. If anything needs updating, start that process today. If you receive any letters from the DVLA about medical reviews or identity verification, respond to them immediately. Make sure your address and personal details on your license match your current situation. And if you are over 70 and have not renewed your license in the last 3 years, assume you need to renew it and begin that process right away. The DVLA has made a significant change to how driving licenses work in this country. And while the digital system is ultimately intended to make things more efficient and secure, the transition period is a challenging one for older drivers who are being asked to navigate systems that may feel new and unfamiliar. You are not alone in finding this confusing, and there is genuine help available. The important thing is that you take action and do not assume that because you have been driving without any problems for decades, everything must be fine. Under the new digital rules, that assumption could cost you your license. I really hope this video has helped you understand what is happening with the DVLA digital ID rules and what you need to do to protect your right to drive. If you found this useful, please share it with any friends or family members who are pensioners or who have elderly parents who still drive. These are the people who most need to hear this information, and by sharing this video, you could genuinely help someone avoid a serious problem. And before you go, if you want to stay informed about important changes like this that affect everyday life in the UK, including updates on benefits, pensions, healthcare rules, and government policy changes, then please subscribe to my channel. I cover the topics that actually matter to real people, explained clearly and without unnecessary jargon. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an update, and leave a comment below telling me whether you knew about these DVLA changes before watching this video. I read every comment and I would love to hear from you.